Hey, it's Scott from Good Book Explorer again. We are in Custer State Park in South Dakota, and we're very near the Grace Coolidge area. And the reason it gets its name Grace Coolidge is the president and his wife summered here one year. So a lot of things around here are named Coolidge, even down to the creek that we're here beside. So we are finishing up James chapter 3. In the last 5 verses of this chapter, James switches gears again and begins to differentiate between two things, between earthly wisdom, which he calls selfish, even demonic, and godly wisdom, or the wisdom that we're striving for. And they're intermingled in this paragraph between, he goes from one to the other. But to discuss these, I want to pull out the two and talk about them separately. And the first one I want to talk about is what James calls a godly wisdom, or wisdom from above. And he uses some descriptors for what that actually is. And the first one he uses is that it is pure. Wisdom from above is pure. Sometimes that kind of gets a weird meaning, but what it actually means is something that is without impurities. So we think about something that is pure, we think about pure gold, where we get all the impurities out of it, or silver, or any precious metal. But the one I really like to think about is the simple thing is water. When water isn't pure, and you're standing in it, and you encounter electricity, you can get shocked or electrocuted even. But water in itself, water when it is pure, does not conduct electricity. So we see the difference in purity without consequence, godly, and then once the impurities get in and it isn't pure anymore, then we have that risk of getting shocked. So God is pure. There is nothing evil, there is nothing impure in that. And so our wisdom should be from God above. So the first one is purity. Then James goes on, he mentions about 5 total, but the next one he mentions is peace, or peaceable. Earthly wisdom isn't peaceable. Earthly wisdom is taking offense at anything. Earthly wisdom is you're going to respect me, or there's going to be consequences. Earthly wisdom is that pride, that things are going to be my way. But wisdom from above, we get the picture of that pure peace, not having to have self first, just living in peace, being able to, when confronted, to allow peace to run through that situation, to not take affront to everything or anything. So James begins this chapter just talking about those differences between earthly and wisdom from above. And again, just recapping, those first two are that purity factor. We need to remain pure and keep impurities out of our life as best we can. And then peace. We need to live in peace with the world as best we can. Hey, James knew what he was talking about. We're out here exploring God's Word and world with you. Thanks for listening today.